Hey, what's going on guys? First Tech Up here. So 2020 is here and the smartphone race has started with super amazing devices like this one. Samsung is starting the year strong with amazing and affordable smartphone that looks like they are the best mid-range phone so far in the first quarter of the year. So after a pretty long time, I've been able to get my hands on the Samsung Galaxy A51 just to give you guys my honest thoughts about this device, so to help you make that purchase decision. As you all know, this channel aims to deliver honest reviews that will guide you in your smartphone purchase. But before we begin, please kindly hit on the subscribe button to join this awesome family and turn on your bell notification so you get alerted when I upload a new video. Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy A51 got a few tricks up its sleeve when it comes to some design elements and features, especially when compared to the predecessor, the Samsung Galaxy A50. The tiny punch hole display that houses a 32 megapixels f2.2 wide camera sets it well apart from the A50. The surprising thing here is how tiny it fits into that display. The whole device is made out of plastic, but not that type of cheap plastic you find on some cheap Chinese smartphones. Samsung calls it glassic. Probably it's a mixture of glass and plastic. It feels durable and well made. It feels fantastic to hold. I honestly think the Samsung Galaxy A51 looks prettier. It's a step above the A50 when it comes to design. What I have here is called Prism White. As you can see here, there are some reflecting things going on when the light hits it in different angles. If you're familiar with the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 design, you'll feel right at home with the Samsung Galaxy A51. It looks and feels premium, which is what you want from a modern smartphone in 2020. It weighs about 172 grams, which is a little heavier than the A50. In my opinion, it still feels light and nice to hold due to that tall form factor. To sum things up, it looks simple and I believe it's a trendsetter for devices coming out in 2020. Okay, so on the right side of the device, we've got the power button and the volume rocker keys. I like how tactile and clicky it feels. They don't feel cheap like most devices I've reviewed on this channel. On the left hand side, we've got the SIM slot that contains a dual nano SIM and a micro SD card slot. At the bottom, we've got a headphone jack, a USB Type-C charging port, a microphone, and the speaker grill. On top, there's another microphone. At the rear, houses a quad camera setup with a single flash and the Samsung branding. So, the display. The display is the Samsung Galaxy A51's strong selling point. If you own the A50 already, this might sway you into upgrading to the A51 just because of the display. The Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display is very sharp with good colors and contrasts. In most cases, it rivals its flagship brothers. Of course, it is Samsung OLED display and behaves in much the same way we've come to expect from those. It is a Super AMOLED display with a 1080 by 2400 pixels in a tall 20:9 aspect ratio with a 405 pixels per inch density. I would say that's a minor upgrade coming from the A50. Watching YouTube videos on this guy is so pleasing because of how immersive and everything appears on the screen. Sometimes you might even forget about the small cuts in the display. So if you still want to know what comes with it in the box, it's a typical Samsung box that has the device placed on top and it's wrapped with the plastic that carries basic information about the device. Moving on, you get a 15-watt fast charger, a USB Type-C cable, and the earpiece. Okay, so flipping the box over reveals a gift box that contains a quick start guide, user manual, and the SIM ejector tool, and that's pretty much it inside the box. So the Samsung Galaxy A51 packs an Exynos 9611 10nm octa-core CPU that is clocked at 2.3 GHz for the first 4 cores and 1.7 GHz for the remaining 4 cores, a 4 GB of RAM, a 128 GB of internal storage, Samsung One UI version 2.0 on top of Android 10, and a decent 4000 mAh battery. I feel at this price what the competition has to offer, 4 GB of RAM is not enough.
It's always you, 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 keep falling for you.
Coming from the A50, the specs on paper are very similar and there's no significant performance gain or difference between the two. So if you already own the A50, there's no point for you to jump on board if performance is your much concern here. When it comes to performance, it feels fast and responsive. Playing games, launching apps and general multitasking performs quite well. But it doesn't mean it is entirely smooth. You'll definitely notice some stutters or hiccup when launching some apps that require the internet connection for the first time, such as the Play Store, web browsing and Facebook. To tell you the truth, if you have too many apps running in the background, you will notice some minor performance drop. Playing heavy titles like PUBG and other CPU demanding games in medium settings perform quite impressive. I played PUBG on high graphics settings and it handled it like a champ. The device gets warm during gameplay, but it was not hot. Basic tasks like browsing the web, light gaming, navigating through social sites like Facebook, Twitter and Instagram run smoothly on this device. Okay, so One UI continues to get better and better as Samsung keeps on improving and adding new features, and version 2.0 here is no exception. The edge panels bring some new additional features that seems interesting. The overall user interface is great. It is decent with very minimal bloatware that is not intrusive. I would say One UI 2.0 is just clean and well polished. So the Samsung Galaxy A51 comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner just as the A50. It is decent, though not as fast. It feels just like the one in the A50, but then I am ready to embrace the feature. I believe with time it will get better. First unlock is fast as well, and it is there if you need it as your security of choice. The A51 packs an impressive 4000 mAh battery and it is very okay. When playing games, it doesn't drop that much. On basic use, it should be able to last for a day and a half. Charging time with the including 15 watt fast charger took about 1 hour and 55 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%. So about the camera, the A51 stepped up its game here by employing a quad camera setup behind, which is a whopping 48 megapixels main camera with an aperture of f2.0, a 12 megapixels camera with an aperture of f2.2 ultra wide camera, a 5 megapixels macro lens for close-up shots, and a 5 megapixels camera with an f2.2 for depth sensing. So the A51 takes pretty liquid images when there is plenty of light. When the lighting condition is bad, you're going to get a bad image. But when the lighting condition is good, you're going to get sharp and defined details with pretty accurate colors. The high dynamic range looks good and the overall images looks bright and sharp. But as a mid-range device, you don't expect it to be like the flagship models. There is some trade-off to be made in certain areas to be able to achieve something like this at this price point. Just bear that in mind. Portrait shots are okay and edge detection is okay. Not fantastic, but it is great and it's doing it well. The ultra-wide angle camera does a pretty decent job as well. The image from it is decent with good amount of details and it is pleasing, though it might still struggle a bit in low lighting conditions. Selfie on the other hand is what I'm so proud of. It is quite decent, it is sharp with good details and the overall image quality is sharp. And I'll say it is what you expect from this type of device. I am simply impressed with the overall results here. The A51 records video in 4K resolution at 30 frames per second or 1080p resolution at same 30 frames per second. Video recording at 4K lacks video stabilization. However, videos at 1080p has video stabilization and it is impressive. I like how sharp the footage looks and how it handles HDR. Overall, it is okay. So on the plus side, images taken in daylight yielded good quality from all cameras. The Super AMOLED display is super bright and with good colors. Battery life is great with support for fast charging, and One UI 2.0 on top of Android 10 is a blessing out of the box. So what are the things I dislike about the A51? The processor is a rebranded version of what we had in the Galaxy A50, meaning there is no improvement in performance. The camera performance is also lacking in low light, and lastly, there is no 4K video stabilization. So that is it guys, the Samsung Galaxy A51 is a decent upgrade from the Samsung Galaxy A50 in so many ways. The awesome screen, the upgrade in cameras and the overall looks. But I don't see any need of anyone buying the A51 if you already own the A50. No doubt it's a decent smartphone, but the performance difference doesn't allow you to scream, please upgrade me. But if this is your first time of getting a smartphone or you just want to upgrade your existing smartphone to something decent, then I would highly recommend you go out and buy the Samsung Galaxy A51. At 104,000 Naira or $285, we are yet to see something better than this. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section below, let's discuss. Follow me up on Instagram and Twitter to see more stuffs about me because I post regularly there. Like and share this video to help someone make a purchase decision, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.